Who doesn't want to save some money on their wedding day? You're probably stressing out how much it freaking costs for a wedding. For example, in New York, it's about $40,000 to have a wedding here, a full-blown wedding. Okay, that's a lot of money. You could put it on a house, right? You're here because you want to find out 5 ways you could save money on your wedding day, because who doesn't want more money for their honeymoon? Who doesn't want more money to spend on better food, or maybe even a better photographer, or even a wedding planner? A lot of people don't even budget for that. Saving money is something that most couples look forward to doing when planning their wedding. I'm gonna give you 5 ways that you could save big bucks for your wedding day. Number 1, the first way to save money on your wedding day is consider a Thursday date. Sundays are typically what I find as a photographer that is gonna get booked instead of like a Friday or a Thursday wedding, because they just think Sunday is a little bit cheaper, so why not? They can take off Monday off of work and then continue the day. I say Thursdays are a way better option because they'll take the Friday off of work, and then they'll also get a 4-day weekend basically. So it makes a really fun vacation out of it. So Thursday wedding, you'll save big money, do it that way. 4-day weekend for everybody, it's a good time. Or you could do Friday, it'd probably be a little bit more expensive, but that's up to you. Number 2, so we're gonna make a list of the priority wedding vendors. For example, number 1 is probably gonna be photography, let's just say, because I'm biased, I'm a photographer. Number 2, maybe it's your venue, maybe it's the wedding planner. Catering, maybe you're a big foodie and you want like the best food ever. List can go on and on and on the vendors that you could get. Now, if you go to like sites like The Knot or Wedding Wire, you can find tons of vendors there, and they pay really good money to be listed on Wedding Wire and The Knot. You can go through on those sites and just like select the vendors that you're looking for, and getting their price range too. Getting a bunch of quotes, you could use that spreadsheet and figure out what is their package including and how much they're charging for those things, and then you can start comparing when you go through your list on your preferred vendors. Where I would spend less money, what would be on the bottom of my list, is decorations. Literally, I could just DIY. I'm a creative person, so I would just spend the time going through vintage and thrift shops and just do my own decorations and go to Michael's and have a good time. I don't know, dollar store. Decorations aren't like the biggest deal for me. So that's where I would save money. Number 3. I know you're probably watching this video and you're already booked your venue. But if you haven't, this is the 3rd way you can save money, is having a destination wedding. Destination weddings have a bad rep because they just seem so luxurious, and then your guests can't always make it to those things because there's a lot of things involved when it comes to destination weddings for the guests. It's a big commitment. They honestly have to really like you to go to your wedding. Reality check. But honestly, if you're gonna spend money on your wedding day and invite, you know, hundreds of people, whatever it is, don't you want it to be the people that matter most to you? So if you're doing a destination wedding and you're making this whole like extravagant vacation out of it for your guests, I think the people that really want to be there most and support on your wedding day and be a part of your guys' lives would go. If you get a destination wedding planner, we'll go through all the resorts, like all-inclusive ones for example, and they would do all the negotiating for you and do all the travel and make the itinerary, things like that for all the guests involved. Did you know if you book a hotel and say you have 100 people show up for your wedding day and there's 100 or 50 rooms, say they're a bunch of couples, 50 rooms are booked at this hotel because you're having a wedding there. Some of these hotels will give you your wedding for free because you brought 50 room blocks at their hotel. Some venues will even just give you a whole discount on your vacation at their hotel or give you extras and things like that. So at the end of the day, you gotta just save money that way. And it's just fun for everybody, and it's gonna be the most memorable experience if you do that. That's just my opinion, and you can take the grain of salt with that. Okay, so if you don't like number 3, move on to number 4. Okay, I am a solo photographer, so I'm gonna give you this tip number 4 is you can save money if you book a husband and wife team, for example. There are husband and wife teams when it comes to photo and video, and you will save lots of money, sometimes half of the price that you would pay on 2 separate photo and videos. Or you can go with the one-stop shop that does it all, like the photo booth, the DJ, the lighting, the photographer, videographer. You can go that route too and just save even more money. There's a catch with that. It sounds so good to be true with one-stop shops. Not saying like the husband and wife team, but the one-stop shops is that you don't really get to get personal with each vendor that's on the list, so it's kind of like you're winging it, and they're just going to give you whoever they have available, and maybe they're really good. Maybe you hire a really good one-stop shop event company and it works out, and you know, maybe they're low on priorities, so it doesn't really matter who you get. So those are just some, like, you know, win out things that you can consider on saving some money on if you just want to go like with one of those production event companies that just does it all. Okay, I'm rambling now. Now you guys want to know what number 5 is. You are such a sweet person. I go to these weddings. I'm there till the end of the night, and there are guest gifts. There might be like little dessert treats wrapped up in a little bag. Maybe there's some shot glasses with the wedding etched into there, and like some custom design stuff for the guests. Maybe candles, things like that. Turn that on. There are like a lot of thoughtful things that the couple puts together for all these guests and gives them a little gift. I say scratch that off the list. Don't do guest gifts. They throw them away, they forget them, you have so many left over. I don't honestly remember what I got at the last wedding as a gift. I don't know. But if you don't want to be that couple that doesn't give a gift, I suggest that you get a photo booth as one of your vendors, but the photo booth be one that they print out, just so there is like a little date in there, your names, or you know, your little logo for your wedding, that they have as a keepsake from after the wedding day. Because you know what? They're gonna keep a photo, a film strip of photos from their wedding day. That is a great gift. It lasts forever and they will never forget. So it works out. Bonus! There is a 6th one. The 6th way you can save money. I'm telling you right now. I ain't judging. You probably think people are gonna be judging, but don't do a gift registry. Just don't. Do a honey fund. Honeyfund.com. I'm not sponsored whatsoever, but people will give you money instead of getting you a gift, right? Because maybe you just need money to help pay off that wedding that you just spent so much money on, so that money can go back into the wedding. Maybe you invite 100 guests, your wedding is $20,000. Each guest gives you $50, for example. That's $5,000, so basically your wedding was $15K. Or you can use that honey fund for like actual intentional things. Maybe it is your honeymoon, or maybe it is a house payment. Things like that that you actually need. Some people don't really need the pots and pans or the tablecloths and spatulas for the kitchen. They'd rather use that money towards buying a house or honeymoon. So consider that as a way to save money on your wedding day, is just getting a honey fund. Make sure you do a website though, because if you do a website like similar to the Knot has an option for it, and then there's Zola, and with like The Knot or Zola making a website there, so when you send out your save the dates for your guests, they could just register an RSVP to the wedding on the website, and also find out more details about like hotel accommodations, about you two as a couple, your story, maybe some photos from your engagement shoot are on there, and most importantly, where your gift registry is, and it's honeyfund.com. Get that money back. Who doesn't want $100 bill, y'all, right now? Where's it? Okay, good. We know where it is. Just subscribe right now.